We're
All right.
live.
Yay!
Hey,
Yay.
hey.
We're alive after
Yay!
3 weeks.
After
Woo!
3 weeks stuck in a can will give you such a crick in the neck.
Oh,
Welcome back to Waterdeep Dragon Heist. One of the few, maybe last episodes that we can say that we are still Dragon Heist. Probably at least one more, but we are fully in the epilogue as the heroes of the Argent Oak have located, opened, secured, and now left the Vault of Dragons. In the few hours since leaving the vault, the group returned home to find a few commotions. Two commotions with Katep. One involving a member of some order of some sort, or some fella who apparently thought Katep was a was a shapeshifter or something, which is crazy. And then they created an instance with Katep as they brought him back to life with the assistance of Savra Bellabranta and the mysterious order that Katep is part of. Katep successfully breathes again as the group considers the dead corpses that they that surprised them at their house, including the dead Lord Nerar Amcathra, the noble family that Darwin Silvertree belonged to. Uh, they have a meeting looming with the Open Lord of the city to both tell her about the Vault of Dragons that they can finally reclaim after so many months of bloodshed in the streets, and probably at least mention, maybe in passing, just kind of try to slide it in there that there's a dead noble in the house, but whatever, that's fine.
I mean,
We pick,
maybe we'll see if there's time for that. I mean, we might be on a tight schedule.
yeah, places to do and people to see. Um, uh, we ended the last session with his Katep came back to life and people began to leave with a instance of illusion as uh, Savra Bellabranta burst into the room that Katep was recovering in, threw herself, armored and all, at the Earth Genasi, the spotlight dimming the rest of the room and shining on the bed, as the weightless illusion peppers Katep with kisses and adulations of love. Uh, we can pick up there. We can pick up in the immediate, the near aftermath of that as the trick is revealed, the drama plays out. But it's up to you guys. What would you guys like to do?
I would like to say Alua's watching this performance as she's trying to kick out her brother still. And she has like a small tear running down her cheek. And she's like, beautiful, beautiful, with a little like golfer's clap.
You hear a little voice nearby. It wasn't too much, was it?
That was perfect.
so Katep, very out of it from coming back to life, super confused, didn't realize that it was an illusion. It's just like, what's going on? And then the spotlight hits. And I picture Katep as the type of person, someone starts speaking to him into his mind, that's normal. He's fine with that. If other magical stuff starts happening, like people appearing or lights suddenly coming on, he's actually very jumpy. So this spotlight comes on as everything in his room dims. He's just like, ugh, and like tries to jump out of bed, but is dealing with resurrection sickness and has poor dexterity and probably just face plants on the floor instead.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, good.
DC 10.
You had to say it. You did it.
That's a
Yep.
-4.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Katep stumbles out of bed,
Wow, dude.
bonks his head, and goes unconscious.
That's impossible.
Morris just kind of leaning against the wall.
Oh,
Yeah,
ooh,
staring at him like,
Did
I'll,
I do that?
I'll
His
tell him
wishes
later.
his wishes comes visible and the illusion dissipates.
Oh no.
He's gonna be okay, right?
Alua panics a little bit, goes straight over to him, like, Katep, and like
Kind of
help me get him
slap,
onto the bed. Yeah,
kind
just
of
little
slap his
slaps
face
on
a
the
little bit. Hey,
yeah.
you come back.
Splash some water, wake him up.
your chest, or like your neck and chest, still kind of ache with the memory of the pain, but now you've got like a bump on your head too.
I don't think it's been my day.
Twisted in like all the blankets and stuff.
Well, it's nothing that a bath won't take care of.
Lua,
Oh,
what did you do? What was that?
I didn't do any. Oh, Wishes, come here. Wishes, this is Katep. He is like a second brother. Katep, this is Wishes.
Katep, you see a small, like large cat-sized, like Eevee-sized, purple dragon-like being with these more like butterfly-esque wings, fairy dragon. Just pointed at Lewis, says, "It was her." Turn invisible, and you hear like a as some wings flap, and the dragon bolts.
Really?
Did I hit my head, or was that a dragon?
Yes. And well, both. You did hit your head, and that was a dragon. Well, a fairy dragon, actually.
I feel like I missed a lot in there, and I know you tried giving me an explanation, but you also spent like 2 minutes going on about this lantern you found somewhere along the lines of finding the vault. So I'm still kind of confused on everything that's happening.
Alua gets like this. Oh, I was gonna say Alua gets like this like jittery look in her eyes, like, "Are you eyeing my lantern? You cannot have it. It's my lantern. It's mine. Don't touch it. Don't look at it."
But you're the one who kept bringing it up.
Well, I can bring it up, but you don't have to. It's my lantern. Anyway, don't look at it. Over here, eyes over here. Okay. So, during the fight with that bad lady, that mean lady, you kind of fell and you didn't get back up. And that was weeks ago. But you're up now. And so we should catch you up to speed on everything. Montage.
I want to say it's a little bit under a week.
It's been a couple.
Yeah,
It feels like a week. It feels
No,
over
it's
a
a
week.
little under a
feels
week
like a long
because
time.
otherwise, otherwise Morris would have had to have cashed into repose again.
That's right.
And
then-
Istrid would have been out.
Yeah,
I think it was like 5-ish days, maybe 4 or 5 days.
5, perhaps, that you've been knocked out a bit for a while. But a friend came, made sure that you were properly available to bring back, and now you're better.
Yeah. Orin gives him like an up nod. He goes, "Yep."
Does Orin have Azure Edge with him?
I think so. Was he trying to hit the door? No, he had his hammer with him, so no.
Okay.
We'll get to that. We went and got Chamista. I'm trying to remember all that we did last week. If Chamista's in the room.
Yeah, I mean it was
We're
like
all
an
in the
hour-long
room.
ritual
Yeah.
to cast Raise Dead. I think people kind of would have been ready
Yeah.
to see him in the aftermath.
The twins and Alua, the twins and Chamista had gathered into the room to see him revived first.
Yeah, and then once the
But then Wishes burst
paladin
in
left. Well, no, once the paladin left, Mora came in. Morris was like, "I'm just gonna bounce."
Morris had to go
And-
talk with some people
yeah.
at the library about a cult.
Yeah. So Mora's in there, but she's like you're probably away from the door now, a little further in. Mora's like leaning against the door.
All right. Yeah. I hate to make you get up out of bed right away, bruh, but we've like a lot of stuff like happened, and like it just happened, and we're like still dealing with it. Like, so kind of got to get dressed. You can walk and talk, or to like, yeah.
Fuck you.
Help getting them going.
Wait, where are we going? Who? Wait, what?
Oh, by the way, news flash. We did find the Vault of Dragons.
Wait, what?
And so now we have to tell the open lord lady person that we found them,
Wait,
as well as
we're going where?
the open lady.
Why? You get to meet the open lady today. Come on, get dressed.
Oh boy.
Listen, all you gotta do is stand there and look pretty. I'm gonna go get cleaned up. And Moore's gonna head downstairs.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. You get dressed, I'll go get your shield. Shield and your
Oh.
sword. Yeah.
Also,
And now
Go ahead.
Okay. There you go.
I was gonna say, also when you go downstairs, don't take to the left of the stairs. Don't take a left at the stairs. There is probably a dead body. Nothing to worry about. We'll figure it
Oh,
out.
I feel like that's a big deal that we should probably talk about.
We will. On the
Two
way,
bodies.
Oren was gonna get your stuff.
2 bodies, yeah. We're up 2 bodies. 3 if you count the nimble right.
Wait, we found the nimble rat?
Been a week. Orin like slaps the doorway as he leaves.
And just as Oren leaves, you just hear Katef's voice. Why is there a hole in my door?
We'll fix it right up, I promise. Sorry.
Forgot about that.
It's the best thing ever.
All right. So the group gets cleaned up. Any other conversations you guys want to have before you're on the way to Castle Waterdeep?
No.
Okay.
I really want to have my rat, but I don't think we want to wait an hour, so let's go.
So I think Azuraj would probably be part of the kit that Orin gives to Katep.
I mean, honestly, if we have to like get ready and get like our stuff together, that is kind of almost a short rest. And
But
also
you
with
guys
Katep.
had an
Huh?
hour during the raise dead spell too.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. Definitely
Okay.
doing that.
all right.
I think
Never mind
I
then.
think I did. Yeah, I just rolled like a 2 or something like that.
Yeah. For the
Yeah.
bring in find familiar ritual cast, you can have done that more. That's fine.
Hey, I got my Mars. That's all I need. Cool.
All right. Well then, if you want to play out the Azur Edge, Katep has handed the Sentinel Shield, the sword, and Azur Edge.
Yes. I'm trying to think if I have anything else of his. No.
The arcane focus was left on Katep's desk,
Mm-hmm. And it's been there the whole time.
so there might be some papers later.
I think Orin would be waiting down here with the kit. Where other people are, and just pass it over, wait for Katep to like put himself together and come down.
Yeah, he
Give him a
takes
minute.
he takes a few minutes, kind of freshens up, probably like examines the scars on his neck in a mirror or something as he's pulling his armor on, just like, oh, this is weird, and I still don't really remember what happened after one checked that locked gate with his shoulder, but okay. I'm going to meet the open lady, I guess. Ooh. And he'll,
In here, oh my god, oh my, we're gonna get in so much trouble, guys.
Katep's a child of the city. Azur Edge is a legendary weapon of the city. If you think you would recognize it, then I won't make you roll or anything.
Like, I think it might take him a second to be like, I didn't have an eye. Wait a minute.
It's more beautiful than any weapon Katep's ever seen, for sure.
So there is that moment where you hand him the axe, and he stares at it for like a good 30 seconds. And he's like, I feel like I'm really going to need an explanation here, because I know I did not have this before.
Unfortunately, it looks like an intellect devourer was in the head of that man we were sent to look into. He's no longer among the living.
What man? We weren't asked to look after it. I feel like that might have happened.
Right, I keep forgetting just how much you don't know.
Believe me, I'm finding that out myself. It's not fun.
All right, we'll give you a full rundown as soon as we get the vault locked away and things dealt with. If we had any more time, I swear to you, I would tell you.
Is it really okay
Yeah.
for me to just be walking around with a legendary axe of the city? Won't people kind of notice?
If
All right, bruh.
they do, then
You
we
and I
deal with them
both.
ourselves.
You and I both know what this axe is, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know
I'm
how.
not the one. I'm not the one who should be swinging it though. And he gives him like a pat on the shoulder. We got a horse too. If we're gonna swing by, pick it up so you don't have to walk.
I feel like I'm fine to walk, but where did we get a horse from?
The night you got stabbed.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that full explanation.
That's a pretty good place to start. So I think give let them like tell a couple of sorry, a couple of stories as they like walk to and get Katep caught up.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean it's about a 5 to 10 minute walk. Easy enough to give the basics in that period. There are some whispers though as you begin to head through the streets. Having Azure Edge out in the open, people absolutely notice and point it out, and you kind of hear the murmurs of the crowd. Certain people in the crowd like, "Wait a minute, what? What happened to Maloon?"
You
That's
better get
Azure Edge?
used to it, man.
Etc.
It's about to be. This is about to be your life nonstop.
Proper
Alright.
famous.
Castle Waterdeep is in the center of the city. The big old building that you guys will see right smack dab in the middle of the big complex, rather. As you guys arrive, there are quite a few guards. They kind of visually check you, but walking around armed is fine. In the city, you approach the entryway of this gate. A kind of hear like a sharp whistle and oh hey y'all, the heroes of the Argent Oak, ain't ya? Kind of following this voice, it's calling out to you. You see this bald, very like stout, broad-shouldered, pot-bellied halfling dressed in like this like fine, like dark red like suit with like gold buttons, and like he looks like a very well dressed servant, but it's like putting a dog in a nice outfit. Like it doesn't fit at all like how he's standing. He's just kind of giving a big like meaty wave, calling out, hey, come here, come on, and like just like cat calling you guys to approach. He's standing like by the gate, and the guards kind of looking his way, but not like with alarm.
Well, I'm
Did
definitely not
we?
doing the talking here, guys. Have fun.
I think we just got catcalled. It's a good thing.
Alua,
Proper heroes, proper famous.
we just fought a dragon like 4 hours ago now? No, 2 hours ago. I would very much like to get things done and dealt with so I can sit down.
Me too. My feet do hurt a little bit. All right, let's go.
This halfling kind of starts walking forward to meet you a few steps forward, and he kind of like holds out one of his like very fat fingered hands to whoever's in front. Tommy Bigheart at your service. I'm the chief steward for the lady, the open lady. Just told to expect a lot of you. Right. Come this way.
You
He
would
starts kind of like ushering you guys towards the castle, if you
who,
allow it.
yeah.
What was his name again?
Tommy Bigheart. Tomi, but
Okay. Yeah. I think we would fall in line behind him.
Why?
Unless anybody else has something. I think Oren would say, who told you to expect us?
Oh well, we was my understanding is that the youngest daughter of the Deslinter family sent a notice ahead, asking for a meeting between the heroes who have made a discovery. He's kind of looking over his shoulder, giving like a pointed look, like he knows something. And the lady wanted to make sure to meet you in a private chamber where there weren't any prying ears. Now, before we go in there, and he's kind of paused and turned and like stopped you in front of this like nice, sitting room door that's inside the castle. Not like the main entrance, kind of leads off to a sideway out of the traffic coming in and out. Now, before we get in there, is she gonna want to have? Is she gonna need something to drink during this, like some wine or like? Do you guys want anything to drink for this?
If you
What's
could bring out a trough, that would be fantastic. Maybe a grown-up Lunchable board.
Moore's gonna be like, you bring
I'll
the
talk
wine.
with the cooks.
I'm not gonna be happy. I want ale.
Ale, of course, of course. We
What
have
time is it?
good stuff. It's pretty early,
Yeah, it's like
9 a.m. or so, like 8
Yep.
a.m. Pretty
Guess
early.
who's drinking?
Water sounds good.
We can do
Thanks.
water. We can do water. Of course, we can do water. Oh my goodness, boy, you look like you just crawled out of a grave.
I
Come on,
sort of.
cheer up. He like slaps your thigh. Kind of almost fall over.
It's been a weird week, sir. Ooh.
Sure. Anyhow, come on in. Leads you guys into a like very well furnished, comfortable, like meeting area. A series of couches around a table. There's already several like flasks of wine. He kind of waves at them. Help yourselves. Uh, the lady wasn't able to dismiss every matter of state, but she'll be along very quickly, as the news we received was most enticing. Um, is there anything I can do for you all? Any accommodations you would like?
You got any healers?
I mean, probably. I don't know.
Other than that, no.
Nah, you look fine.
I think just the audience will be fine. Thank you.
Of course. Well, you all sit tight. And just remember all the laws of the city apply, and that the lady is kind of a badass motherfucker. So don't try anything weird, okay? Okay. Cool. Gives like two big
Thank,
thumbs up.
thank you, Tony. If
Tommy. It's
Tommy,
with an
Tommy
M,
boy,
big T.
Big T, right on. Is there any other little tidbits you can give us, just in case?
Like food? Tidbits of
No information. And I mean more so like, of course we know the etiquette of the city and all that fun stuff, but things that, maybe words not to say in front of her ladyship. Just what if she had a bad day, Mm,
Make
yeah.
a persuasion check for me. It's 12 DC, I'm gonna say. Just Halfling kind of pauses and looks Alua up and down, getting a read on her. It's 10. We'll just say it's a 10. Even 10. Kind of gives like this kind of just for a moment. This halfling somewhat drops this. Do you see like his small eyes kind of look the group over, kind of really gauge the condition that you guys are in? Kind of loses a bit of his bluster. Kind of tucks his hands behind his back and leans in. Be honest with Lariel Silverhand. She appreciates honesty. She's been around the block a time or two, Gives a wink.
I know.
It's back.
I know.
But don't be
I
afraid to
think,
be yourselves either.
yeah. Oren's been nodding. He's got like a smile, and somebody might notice too that he's like, he did wash up and stuff. If you wouldn't be mistaken, you might think he's a fan.
Turn on the charm.
Yeah,
Right.
use that 8 charisma, buddy.
All right. Tommy leaves
Thank-
you all be.
Thank you, Tommy.
Kind of hear the very slight click of a lock as he heads out.
Yeah, as Tommy's heading out, Moira's like, right, I forgot, I'm not supposed to talk while I'm in here. Just had a very bad day. And I will say the entire time she's probably had Morris like on her left shoulder. Like unless the open lady asks her to dismiss Morris, Morris is staying with her for a little bit, coming back to having found her dead.
Is Wishes with us?
No, Wishes would have stayed behind.
Okay, just making
Oh,
sure.
castle. Castles aren't a place for dragons. They might start asking questions, and I don't. I'm gonna stay here. Where's that dwarf? Where's the dwarf? Where's the dwarf? Zipping around the house.
Make bacon while I'm gone.
Oh, you know what? I think I like Wishes now. Yeah, go annoy Istrid.
You guys have a few moments apparently alone. If there's any last minute ducks you want to get in a row.
All right.
All right.
I hate to say it. Is there anything we actually might want to try and keep from her?
Nah.
I mean, as long as we
mean-
tell the truth, we don't. If we feel that we don't need to give her certain pieces of information, we don't have to. It's not lying. It's just like we're giving her the correct information that we need to give her.
So it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's.
We have to
need
pick
for
a
that,
side.
no.
I picked her side. Yeah.
The only thing I would like to keep out of ear is what they're looking for.
Yes.
What?
What?
What are they looking for?
She's gonna reach and just
Um.
gently tug on the chain around her
Yeah.
neck.
Oh, that has
key.
nothing.
Well,
To,
yeah,
that has nothing
Yeah.
to do with the bald dragons, though.
No, the bodies though. Like why
Oh.
Why? But
why?
we're gonna have to mention the noble that's in our
Yeah.
house, and I
Well, I mean,
don't mind telling her a good bit, and that we've heard this being a cult of some sort, but I don't want her to know about, and I'm gonna again tug the chain.
what? We can tell
mean-
her, you know, they seem to be looking for something, but we can just say as if we don't know.
I'm certain that'll go over well. Let's just try not to bring up that I have it at all.
Oh, yes, I agree.
Other than that, I don't think there's anything we need to hide from her.
And I think like Tommy said we shouldn't lie. I was gonna say Tony. Like Tommy said, we should not lie to her. So we do know we have an inkling that we do know what they're looking for, but we could request if we could keep that under wraps instead of blatantly say, "Oh, we're not sure," because she might see through that. We want to make sure we curry her favor in our direction.
I will let the lot of you know right now. I will go down fighting before I give up what's hanging around my neck.
Oh, I'm not saying that you should give it up. I'm
But
just
what I'm
saying that
is that she tries to demand it of me. It's gonna be fun.
I'm not saying that we should even show her what it is. I'm just saying we should just be like, we think we have an idea, but before we give you a definite answer, we would like to keep that to ourselves.
All right.
Well, I think we just stay on track. Tell her
Aye.
what we got. Tell her what we got. Yeah. If she asks, don't lie though.
Y'all seem really nervous. Do you want me to do the talking here?
Kind
Nope.
of coughs halfway through.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
no, but
you might be
David and I will be taking a step back with us. Come on. And like taking a step back, like trying to pull you. Like they do the talking, we sit back here. Come on.
Katep
I
kind of
think-
leans over towards Morris, like, I'll be perfectly honest, I don't know why I'm at this meeting, but I'm here, so.
he just might be the perfect person. He really is not going to lie. He doesn't know.
No. You're here because we ain't leaving anybody alone right now.
Except Morris, fuck him.
Hey, Morris went off on his own.
No.
Yeah.
A knock comes to the door. There's a voice calls out, "Coming in." Kind of like a polite way of saying something as the door begins to push open.
Yes, come in. Nobody's naked.
Oh my god.
See
oh my God.
a servant dressed in all brown, like this brown cap with like elaborate feathers sticking out of it, pushes the door open, and in steps Laryl Silverhand, fifth of the seven sisters, the chosen of Mistra, the witch queen of Stornater, widowed wife of the very first black staff of this city, known as the Lady Mage of Waterdeep, and now, as of 3 years ago, the Open Lord of Waterdeep. She's physically, she's not an imposing person. She's like an average height, uh, slender body, notable beauty. She's dressed in this silver ceremonial robe with gold trimming and embellishments. These sleeves of like this dark crimson color that match the servant Tommy's outfit a little bit. Uh, Kind of presenting this regal appearance. Her hair is pulled up in this like elaborate net of like silver wire set with diamonds. It kind of gives like this like night sky constellation vibe as the light hits it. She's wearing a longsword at her hip, um, and she is a living legend. She kind of turns her dark eyes to the group. The door closes behind her. Well, well. Lariel Silverhand, at your
Orin,
service. And she gives a little dip of her head. Polite dip.
Orin bows awkwardly because he doesn't know how to really bow.
Alua goes, Alua? Like, super proper, like she was taught and remembers.
Yeah, Katep kind of. You can tell he's still kind of out of it, but he gives a polite bow. It's like, Katep also, man.
She kind of is looking at people, like notably her eyes dip to touch Azure Edge, either hanging on your back or hip, wherever it is, who just arches an eyebrow. Continues
Navramora
along.
Runebuckle of Clan, and I cannot say that fucking name, so you get to, because you made it.
I don't have it in front of me right now, so it's okay.
More
I
would
guess I
give
have
it
to.
though. You picked it.
I told it to you. I said it verbally multiple times.
Shmista gives
Nah,
a bow and introduces himself.
you can just paste it to like Discord or if you want to. And she kind of, oh, you're all so uptight. You're all so uptight. Have something to drink. Let's fucking know I need one. She kind of just pushes past the group and goes for one of the flasks of wine. Like starts pouring herself a cup before she takes a seat. So, young apprentice Deslinter said you found something. Speak.
Well, we located and have I guess freed? No, that's not the right word. Secured the Vault of Dragons. There was a hostile guardian. We seem to have put the proper guardian back in their place.
Mr. Chimista, can we maybe just dial that just back just a bit? Take a deep breath, loosen up. Just tell me what's in there.
Oh, Lord. Oh, sorry. Never mind. You're talking to me.
Does Orin blurt out?
Yeah,
Kinda, yeah.
probably.
And then he apologizes and steps behind Jamista. Big
what it is?
smile on his face.
You say secured. It's safe to get there, you're telling me? Does anybody else know of this? Any of these criminal organizations?
We did encounter a drow mage of sorts in the hallway upon leaving. But there
Did
seemed to
mention
be
that,
an elaborate enough entrance that it required what was that? A key in Dwarven or something? Some passwords, a magic item. So I think it's secure
You
enough.
need a
And
dwarf of the city. You need someone born of Waterdeep. You need a magical item.
Um, you guys, that was who opened the seal. So
Aye.
now that it's been opened, it probably won't need as much.
yeah, I don't think Chimista is like
That'd be fair.
grasping
Yeah,
that
Yeah.
difference.
gives a long nod. Of course, of course. And the Drow Mage was with the Xanathar, like
Right.
other force there.
But he also like backstabbed them.
He was kind of he backstabbed them for sure, but
Uh,
I don't know if you want to
I don't think we.
meet if you're trying to withhold that information or anything.
I don't think Chimista would intentionally bring it up.
Sure. Just making sure it's been so long.
Yeah, I think what he said is mostly what he says. I guess
Mora
kind of
would then.
looking around to
Okay.
the group, being like, "Do we drop the whole dragon thing?" Trying to get vibes
Yeah.
from everyone.
As you're
Yeah.
trying to get vibes, Mora just looks over it. And of course, Oranax is watching over it.
Oranax.
Nay.
We
The gold?
we slew a red dragon, a very hostile, angry creature. That was-
Really?
yes, and Oranax was being starved and kept on a drip feed just enough to keep him alive. But we seem to have reinvigorated him. And
Jamista, kind of mid-sentence, Lariel just like offers the drink she'd been drinking for you. You
he
might
like
need that more than me.
he gulps. Thankfully.
Yeah. Mora's already like downing ale if it's been brought in. Like,
All right. Yeah. Stuff was
Yeah.
brought in. She kind of this woman takes a moment just to kind of. Right. Where is it? Where is this vault?
Well,
it's in the. Oh,
go ahead.
No.
No, after you.
what did Lewis said? Aye, in the pink flump.
Right. Just a moment. Kind of turns and looks towards the door and lifts a finger up to her head and just kind of like twirls a little bit. And for the perceptive of the group, I'll let you guys decide who that is. You notice she's not actually twirling a strand of her hair, but like a strand of silver hair begins to kind of like form around it and be pulled away. This very slightly glowing strand of silver hair, and she does have silver hair. She just calls out, Lashana, if you could please get the captain or get the sergeant on duty, and get a or get a group of soldiers and go secure the pink flump. Be careful. Apparently, it has quite the potent protector. Be quick. And the silver thread just kind of dissolves into nothingness and then evaporates.
I'll do that eventually.
For what it's worth, the vault is several layers down. If they are attending to the entrance in the pink flump, there is several
And
steps
Mora
between.
would Sorry, yeah, Mora would definitely mention like if you're going through, don't go in wearing heavy armor. The bridges will break.
Yeah,
You're
she
already
just
gonna have
kind
to
of
make a jump. Yeah, like
she kind of the open lady kind of cut you off. Lashana's a sharp cookie. I'm sure she can hit this. Well, was this Vault of Dragons in fact the resting place of quite the horde? He kind of gives Orin a look.
Yeah. He's just nodding. Yep.
Very well.
Katep is just passing a drink over to Orin and kind of whispering, "Buddy, you okay? You look like you need a drink."
He takes it and holds it, but he doesn't like sip it yet. Yeah. It's like, yeah, he's meeting his hero kind of thing.
Midway through this, suddenly Lara just kind of holds up a hand and kind of cocks her head as if she's listening for something. Like a pause of about 30 seconds, just focused. Takes a deep breath. Sorry. That was the Black Staff. She expressed her desire to be present for this conversation, but I cannot, in good faith, good consciousness, delay a meeting of such gravity to account for her personal schedule. Anyways, yes. Well done. Well done. I imagine you're not just eager for the thanks of the city as your reward.
No, some gold, yeah. We got a proper cut.
Oh my god.
She kind of gives like this like grin. As she's been speaking, this woman certainly isn't like haughty, really. She's carrying herself like she knows she's important, but she's like, been drinking. She actually, I think, rather than fill up a new glass of wine that after she gave hers to Chamise, she just goes for the ale as well. The dwarven ale that was provided for Mora.
Oh, if this is the good
Um,
stuff, yeah, I'm gonna be buzzed by the time we're leaving.
it's definitely high quality here
Oh
that
yeah,
makes
then
Waterdeep.
this is gonna be fun. All right, guys.
Um, and she just kind of begins to nod. Right. Well, we believe we already know the sum of money to be found there. I want to make it clear that, as far as I'm concerned, if everything that both Miss Deslinter and you are saying is true, you will be the recipients of your legal share, 50,000 gold pieces to the heroes of the Argent Oak. However, understand that by accepting the full of what is rightfully yours, you are placing your name on the lips of every lecherous viper in this city of splendors. The masked lords that share my ruling council will be irate that I didn't negotiate a lesser reward with it, or that I didn't simply insist that the reward be lesser. As long as I am the open lady, then the laws of this city will dictate my actions. But their irritation, the irritation of lords, will spread up and down every street and alleyway and into every tavern, every villa of every ward. Most will praise you, call you heroes, but some will curse you, and you will find that both your treasury and your reputation will attract vultures like a dying cow out on a plain. And even worse, you might find that all the good souls that come looking to your hand for help might be even harder than all the vultures. These fellows that just need a little bit of help, a little bit of money to start something great. You'll find, as everyone finds, that you cannot help them all. Fame and fortune are a blessing and a curse, and the weight of both will harden you, burden you. You are all so very young. So, if you want your rightful share of this dragon horde, speak and it will happen.
Yeah.
To understand what you're getting into. Kind of gives a grin to Lauren, but looks to the rest of the group as well. I won't waste your time, and I don't want my time wasted. Lesser alternative isn't what you all want, then we won't even discuss it. But there are alternatives. But they are lesser. She gives a quick grin.
Such as.
Well, there's a something we want. Yeah,
Anybody else
I
want to
think we
chime in
want.
here?
Sorry, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Everybody else
I,
silent.
I, the player, I'm trying to figure out how Katep with -4 to everything he does would phrase something. So it might take a second.
Now you don't have a -4 to your stat. Like it's a check. You might stumble over your words, but you still have your faculty. You're still as smart as Katep ever is, and
Ever is. Eh.
as charismatic as he ever, etc.
My personal opinion on the matter may not carry as much weight, but feels like we never really got involved in all of this worrying about what other people would think about us. We did what we thought was right. We tried to live by our own ideals. We found the horde. I don't think anyone here is going to shy away from attention or rumors, good or bad, about them circulating through the city.
She's kind of not. I'm not here to try to convince you otherwise. I just feel it's my responsibility to offer you that warning. This won't be a anonymous gift. I can't keep it from the masked lords, nor would I want to.
Appreciate it. There is now that that's settled though, there's something else.
And cover my head a little bit.
Actually, there's two more things as well. And she kind of like points to Azarej, right?
That's right.
Probably should.
Mhm.
Yeah, probably should. He's gonna
Right.
notice that.
Yeah.
Oh, before we move on to that, I should let you know the dragon said they were only going to give the horde of dragons to the open lord. So,
I'll be along shortly.
okay.
I can move quite a bit faster than it takes a battalion of soldiers to gather and get to the theater.
Sorry, go ahead.
Right. The Miss Deslinter mentioned that Meloon War Dragon fell in defense of the vault, was her phrasing.
I'm just holding on to the axe until we figure out what to do with it. It feels kind of weird personally, but
It is, by law, property of the city.
Oh, is it?
That's right. But Azarej also chooses her own wheel. She kind of begins like the process of tracing a sigil before it pauses. I guess I could just ask, are you attuned to the axe?
no, I've pretty much only been carrying it from Almana to here, so I've not done anything.
It begins to give a longer look over up and down Katap. And it's like, really should be in bed, you know. He kind of tuts a little bit, looks to the rest of the group, but
It's
What, he had
yeah.
to get his money too?
Been a proper week. Yeah. Like yeah, Orin says that it's been a proper week. Gives her that look. Gives her that look like an adventurer knows, right? Like they're at the tail end of an adventure.
she just kind of gives a like, inscrutable look back that could mean any number of things. Knowing look though. Certainly. Well,
Yeah.
I'll let Vajra decide that. See what she figures to do with that. Her little mice, aren't you?
In a
There's another
sense.
thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the look on Ellie's face the minute you said that. Just that sudden look of, don't look at me, teacher, don't look at me.
She looks right to Alua.
Yeah, you would see on Alua's face when she says that. She's like, I didn't even really sign up. I just did it because everybody else did, but she's not my first choice. She doesn't voice that. That's just her expression.
Okay, 1 second. With a natural 20 on her insight check, the open lady gives Alua like a long look over, kind of gives a little smile, a little smirk, winks.
She kind of like semi rolls her eyes. She's like, caught. All right.
The other matter, kind of gives like move it along, finger motions.
Save the best for last.
Mora's
You
gonna
think
just
out.
lock eyes with Chamisa going, if you really want me to tell it, I can, but
Meanwhile, Katep is looking at Mora like, should I take over?
I really don't like my time being wasted.
it's so big. It's
Uh,
Bigger than the
We-
Vault of
All right.
Dragon.
All right, so while we were
So
in the Vault of Dragons and we were dealing with all that, we come back to find our place surrounded by what's your family's name again?
we found our manor surrounded by House and Catholic guards.
All right, and Catholic guards.
House and Hathaway guards. Um, House and Catholic guards. We will be the head guard, I suppose, was being accosted by a fellow demanding to be let into our house. Upon arriving, we revealed ourselves to be, us. We're good. We can go into our manor. We walk in, and we reach the stairs, and a series of magical alarms go off, warning us of bad stuff. I forget the phrasing precisely, but warning us to not meddle in their affairs, which was concerning enough in themselves. And then we go to our rooms, in which we find bodies nailed to the walls, effectively.
And you
Outside of-
mounted the city watch.
Outside of the game, we said we wouldn't tell about the kid, but we would tell about the Lord, or the other way around.
No.
I think it was
mean,
a bit
no.
ambiguous what the group wanted.
Mora just wanted the kid out of her room after we'd brought the girl in there. The one who got rid of the sigil. I thought we had taken both, but it doesn't matter. Go ahead.
I'm
Uh,
just.
we're-
I
we're
know
definitely
we
t-
discussed this. I can't remember.
we're definitely
favorite.
mentioning the Lord.
Yes.
And it's probably worth mentioning that it seems like a civilian was caught up in it too.
Oh yeah, Mora would do
Yes,
that,
okay. Sorry, jumping back in. What did the open lady ask?
She was like, and you went to the city watch?
The bodies we found was one of what appears to be a citizen of Waterdeep, a child, but the other one was the Lord of House Cathra.
Lord Nira M. Cathra
Yes.
was stapled to your wall.
Yes. And to our deductions and observations, it is in fact his body and not a recreation or an illusion of some sort.
and that's when Mora would break in, going, "There's this particular cult we're getting in the way of. They
Go
made
on.
the child look like my cousin, and then they took their family. They're trying to get us to stay out of their way.
Okay.
In fact, that's where it ended."
So here's the thing, y'all. This lady's 500 years old. She's seen some stuff. You guys are
Aye.
trying to keep some information from her. So I'm going to need a persuasion check from Chamista. Give you advantage. It's against her insight. She rolled a 26.
Have I rolled a persuasion check with Chamista?
I feel like you have. You might have done it once or twice, but not often.
Sorry, it's just a straight up and down persuasion?
You have advantage.
I have advantage.
I think both because Mora's helping.
Almost.
24.
She rolled pretty good. Yeah, she rolled
Yeah.
a 26. So kind of gives a nods along. Her face, kind of at the mention of the noble, kind of becomes very like serious, like a big deal, and it whether or not she knew about this ahead of time, she's certainly acting like she didn't. Listens in, kind of nods along, just leans forward a bit and calmly asks, "What aren't you telling me?"
We
Kind
suspect.
of looking among the group.
Yeah, Chimisa sighs, pauses, and then goes. We suspect the group is. What's no? They announced their name, right? The group is
Yeah,
called
Seekers of
Seekers of
Liberation.
Liberation. House M. Cathra was privy to some research being done under Darwin's leadership before his passing. We suspect there has been a cult leader, perhaps a mind flayer, who has gained hold of the research on a evil power.
She holds
That
up her hand to cut you off. Ah, I should have figured it out. The Argent Oak, Silver Tree.
yes,
I see. With as good a roll as you did meet, you met a hidden DC for a secret. She kind of nods along, kind of maybe a bit taken by your candor and just the charismatic kind of, not trying to lie exactly, you know what's up going on kind of thing.
yeah. I'm
She
feeding
goes,
her more and more information until
I'm aware of Nihilor's presence beneath my city, and I'm not happy with it. Also,
Want
am
to type that name out, please?
Nihilor, Nihiloo, the one that you have a letter signed by him.
Right. Okay.
And I am aware that Lord Niar M. Cathra had certain dealings in Skullport. This is at least some news to me, though. Right, so you don't... All right. Right. She kind of turns and just calls out, Tommy! Tommy, get in here! Just a few seconds later, that big old fat-bellied halfling kind of, yes, my lady. What can I help you with? Just, go find out whatever's going on in House M. Catherine. He just kind of gives her a stare, hoping for an elaboration that doesn't come. He goes, right, okay, I'll do that. Bye. Closes the door and heads out.
we also have reason to
I like
believe
Tommy.
that
I like Tommy too.
Lord, sorry, I've forgotten his name. Lord
Nirar.
Nerar, was unaware of Nihilor's being a mind flayer. He was under the impression it was a drow contact within the Underdark, I believe. I don't know if that is of any use, but something perhaps
Everything's of
noteworthy.
use. I
That would
appreciate
be
your honesty.
the third drow we've encountered in our couple weeks here.
Oh, there's any number of drow, most of them hidden of illusion or elaborate disguise in this looking around, and anyhow, that is interesting. I have to ask that you don't leave the city for the near future.
Any particular reason, or?
Because a noble is dead in your house, Miss. The guy just kind of gives you a stare. Your status with Blackstaff Safard leads me to believe that you're innocent, but I'm not a fool.
Aye. All right.
Your likeness will be issued to the gates, and we'll be checking in every so often. You're free to move about the city, and if you must leave, get permission from me or from the Black Staff first. I'm sure if the need arises, it can be arranged. But until the City Watch gives a thorough investigation of exactly what has happened, I cannot allow you to leave. If you do flee, I'll take it as an admission of guilt.
I
Don't
don't
have to
think
worry
any
about
of us
that.
were planning on going anywhere anytime soon, so
That's
No.
Especially not with the
then.
condition of this one. And Shamiz kind of like points at Katep.
Good luck.
I
Yeah.
think perhaps some rest in town would do us some good while things
Not
get
going
handled.
anywhere until I regrow my beard.
Yeah, it's been a week. I mean, we definitely need a staycation.
Gives a
Kill the dragon.
smile.
Of course, if there's anything else we can do to help to stop, we are, after all, as our friend Oren would like to say, proper heroes.
Winks.
Right,
I
like
suppose
tracking
you
down
are.
that mind flayer who's been messing with us. Don't like it.
Would imagine that Xanathar's servants are not going to be particularly active in the coming days once news gets out that the Vault of Dragons has been returned to the city. I'd recommend you enjoy some recovery time. It looks like a lot of you need it. So here's how this is going to go. Later today, or tomorrow, or at some point, I'll send a messenger with a formal contract once the vault is secured and we have a estimation of the coin. The heroes of the Argent Oak will be gifted 50,000 gold dragons as their reward. Is there anything else? Oh, and of course, the City Watch will be by soon to your house. They'll need to conduct an investigation.
All right.
Sure.
Naturally.
I perhaps speak for myself, but maybe for the rest of us, if and when it comes time to taking down Nihalor, if there's a way we can have a hand in that, I think we would all be more than eager to make sure he sees his justice.
Kind of see like a bit of like a tired look, kind of just a hint of irritation kind of spark up in her eyes. Yes, I'm sure Vajra will send her little mice out for a bit of cheese. Yes, no, I'm quite sure that Vajra Safar will continue to act as if Force Grey belongs to her. I don't think you have anything to worry on that regard. I also imagine she'll be back in the city probably before the day's end, given what's been revealed. She might be back now. I couldn't really say.
Sounds like you two aren't friends.
Make an insight check. And just like a persuasion check too. Insight's just to see just how much on that vein you pick up on. Too. Yeah, so you do know that. So a few things on that with that insight roll. She was the wife of the first Blackstaff, and whew, and the soul of the Blackstaff. This is definitely something that background and upbringing would probably be thrilled. Oh my goodness, this is so. Read the stories about this, the papers on this. The soul of the Blackstaffs of Waterdeep go into the staff when they die. They don't go to the afterlife. They become merged with the staff and advise future generations. So the soul of her husband is in the staff that Vajra Safar
Oh
carries around.
no.
Furthermore, with those two roles, you're now talking to what is undoubtedly the most powerful mage in the city, which is a title that the Black Staff is supposed to have. But obviously, the Open Lord is the higher title, the boss here. But there's definitely some, you can well imagine how that could be like some weird, friction, especially for somebody as young as Vajra, very Black Staff. But she kind of gives a bit of a sigh. It's not that we're not friends. We're on the same side. We're out for the same thing. She's very young, Vajra Safar is. But I have full faith and confidence in her. It's a very diplomatic answer. You can see that she's trying not to say. She's not going to say anything bad.
Yeah,
And she means it, but there's more to it. Obviously, you could
Right.
definitely.
they work together, and that's about it. Okay,
Right,
they're not
right.
having cup of tea with some biscuits, nothing like that. Okay,
We're just work friends. We're not actual friends.
barely even work friends.
Yeah. When one person
and
introduces them as their friend, the other person introduces them as their colleague, and it's uh-oh.
Further on that point, you once again beat a kind of hidden roll with that persuasion check, and she kind of looks to between Alua and back to Chamista. If you'd like to go after the Beholder, known as Xanathar, I could certainly see to it that intrepid young adventurers are pointed in that direction. What do you all know about Skullport? History checks.
Thank you.
Oh, good.
I'll give you advantage, Katep, just because it's pity. How else will you ever get anything good? Is one of those yours? Those are so
Holy
good.
shit!
Those numbers are all so good.
I love
Guys,
it.
everybody knows about fucking Skullport.
I think Oren perks right up.
Katep has
Yeah.
heard the name
Orange-
before.
Oren's been there.
he has not been there, as Skullport is
that
the
you
den
know
of
of.
as Skullport is the den of thieves, villains, necromancers, and evil that exists deep inside Undermountain, in a secret river. The group kind of collectively knows that, with Orin probably taking the bulk of it. This is a myth, even in Waterdeep. Most people don't think it exists. But you guys know.
But-
You guys it definitely fucking exists, right? They say that the entrance is kind of one of those unless you know how to get in there sort of situations. The open lady's just kind of looking around the group. Like a impressed. Well, it's like that name doesn't she has a very good insight score. She can kind of read that you guys recognize this place. The Beholder's Lair is attached to Skullport. When you're ready, send me a bird. We'll see if we can't work together.
I'm down for that.
Is it alright if the bird looks like, and I kind of look over at Mars, so it'll probably be all blue and purple and got weird colorings and
I mean, if that's the best you can do. This is like a momentary, like an almost like predatory
Ooh, cold out.
challenge. Yeah, very much a challenge.
and Mora's eyes
Kind of.
narrowing, like, all right.
Anyways, that will have to be after the investigation into the death of Nirar M. Cathra. Imagine his daughter, Melissa, will be taking over. But there will be a thorough investigation, trust you that.
How
Okay.
well do we know Melissa?
Not very well. She was
Oh,
kind of
okay.
only saw her like at the very formal family meeting. She was kind of a bitch, but like just in the way that nobles are bitchy. Not like evil or anything. Like she wasn't like vindictive. Like the very rude kind of polite kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like,
she's a
oh,
brat.
so nice to see you here and that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. How old is she? Like older or younger than the
She's
twins?
older than you. She's older than the twins by about 10 years.
Oh,
Than
so we
her.
never. Okay, we would be like,
Yeah,
you're annoying. You're old person. Bye.
yeah,
Okay.
right. There is a younger brother that's closer to your age and was more chill. Kind of the guy who's like when people aren't looking at him, he'll like tell dirty jokes and kind of thing. But not like a homie or anything like.
Oh, all right. We were like the outcast cousins.
Yeah, like you guys definitely most like the nobles of the family treated you all kind of shitty because they were told to.
Is that
All right. But she kind of. Anyhow, this conversation has dragged on. Really should be getting to the vault, especially if Orinax. Where the fuck? How did Daggle's Neverember convince Orinax to guard his little vault? Doesn't. Anyways, he kind of gives a huff and stands up.
Yeah, Moira's already ready to go now. Like, get me out of here.
Well,
I'll
we
trust that. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
She was kind of making her exit.
Yeah, I guess Jamista would also just we appreciate your hospitality and hearing us, and I think you know where to
Of
find
course.
us. I guess
I
we'll
will
take
absolute. Trust me when I say you could not hide from me. And she snaps her fingers and is enveloped in this
Right.
like silver flame that just consumes her, and like this like liquidy flame just like out the door, kind of throws the door open, and she just like zooms out and it's like molten, like super magical bullshit. She just does with a snap of a finger.
Yeah. Wow. Orin like turns back to the group. He's like, she was great, wasn't she?
Shut up.
I think
Do that eventually.
at some point, maybe on the walk back, so we're not still in Castle Waterdeep, but Katep would look towards the twins and be like, "Are you two flirting with the open lady?"
She's yeah. I like her. We should work for her too.
Oh, down boy. I know you like power, but remember that's authority, and it
No,
comes with some restrictions.
it's not like that. It's not like that.
Uh-huh.
It makes
Think
it
of how
hotter.
famous we'd be.
Oh,
Think of how famous we'd be if we were the ones to find Skullport.
yeah.
Yeah. When
I think
people
that's a
talk
great
about
place
us,
to
it
take a
wouldn't
break.
be.
Alrighty.
All right.
Yep.
You guys are heading back home.
Yep. Yep. I think Mora's probably gonna be in the lead, and we're just like,
I guess I will say with that natural 20, Orin, I'll add in with Skullport. Like there are people who know Skullport and have been there. You probably like Orin in his some bar got was chatting up some like totally super fucking criminals. Some like they
Mhm.
are actual super criminals, and they're like, yeah, I've been to Skullport. We make runs down there. Like there is an element, like there is trade between the two places, but it is like it is the black market, like to the nth degree, kind of. Like it is a very closely guarded secret among criminals. Like just this haven that nobody fucks with them because they're too badass. All right, and on that note, we will take a 15-minute break. Be back at half past the hour. Continue resolving the dragon heist.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Alrighty.
Hello, everybody. Once again, welcome back. We, having had only one session in the past like 6 weeks,
One.
we've uh, reminded ourselves that there is something Alua wanted to bring up with the open lady, related to somebody. So we're gonna just rewind time just a little bit, back into the palace sitting room there. And as the open lady has kind of stood up on the verge of clearly leaving.
Actually, there is one more point that if it's all right if I bring up. Earlier in the week, because of the attack on, what was that family called again? That name?
Growlhund.
The Groundhund estate. There was a citywide roundup of the. Is it Xanathar? No. Zentarum. Included in that was a small portion of Zentarum that actually is trying to do good and clear the Zentarum name. Davil Starsong, yeah.
Davil Starsong's been released.
You muted yourself.
You did mute yourself.
Oh no, poor Ellie.
You're muted.
Ellie, you're muted.
Yeah, I think she
Oh,
sucked this.
oh,
someone.
gotcha. Oh, they suddenly started doing something. Got it.
I'm so sorry. My mother came in and started talking.
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, boom.
Yeah.
Says
Sorry.
Davil Starsong's been released several days ago.
Oh,
I signed the order myself.
well, that was easy. Okay. She hasn't said anything. She gets a little offended. But she'll try to hide it, and she's like, okay.
Make a quick intelligence check for me, Alua.
Okay.
Let's say it's like heat of the moment's a 15. Is your goal.
Of course.
Okay.
This actually kind of makes sense because she's like, what? Yeah, this kind of works. Oh.
Yes, well, I suggest you take that up with him. I need to leave. Lost the magic, blah, 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 blah. Now we're outside, back towards the manor. In real time.
Wait, so
fast forward.
Davil was arrested?
Yes. So, and like Lou is kind of just chatting where her brain is like elsewhere, and she's actually answering a question concisely. After the event over at Growlhund, because of the attack, because of the group that he's associated with, they rounded up the entire guild, I suppose, and threw him in jail. And of course, Davil, being affiliated with them, also was in jail as well, as along with the entire crew that he is hired friends with.
More
But-
than corrects
But
her with.
wasn't he stood at our house like when we left?
Right. Mora corrects her with the Remember we were chasing the Xanathar in that villa? They were working with the Growlhunds. I guarantee it. So when they had the chance to get the Zentarum out of their way so they could search harder, they took advantage of it. They're in jail, but they didn't do it.
I think I'm following, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm still kind of foggy in the head.
You need to go back to bed. In fact, I think it wouldn't be too amiss if all of us went and sat down for a little while. Better in our rooms than I say that, soon I'm not going to be able to sit. I'm taking the library and I'm going to begin stomping off ahead of them again.
How long do you think before Sabra calls for us?
Are we at the plateau? Sorry, are we at the chateau?
The manor?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's gonna be a chateau soon.
Chateau de la Silver.
Uh-huh.
Chateau de la Troll.
You win.
Yes.
You win. That's gonna be the new name for the manor. Yes. Are we there yet? Sorry.
Sure.
All right. Okay, then I think she'll just like again feel she's like a little like distant. She'll kind of tired going upstairs. Make sure Tech gets up there, but then she'll go over to Istrid and she's like, "Well, I asked the silver lady. Well, is first off, is Istrid there?"
Yeah.
Okay. She'll go to
As you
Istrid
guys
and
as you guys come back in fact, you kind of hear a little bit of like commotion inside the manor, and there's that like momentary
I'm so
panic
happy.
of
time.
like you know like oh, fuck, not again. And you kind of hear it's just like, I'm gonna fucking strangle you, you invisible little fuck. Where'd you go? I'll find you, and my hammer will find you. Give me back my gold. Give me back my gold. You guys
I'm
kind of
in love
enter a scene
this
of
dragon.
Istrid just stomping around. As soon as she sees you, she go like just points like a it's just a hammer. It's not a weapon. It's just a hammer. Just kind of points it towards Alua. Find your dragon. She took a platinum from me. I need it back. I need it now, or there'll be interest, and it'll be extreme. Where'd you fucking go? Kind of hear like a giggle off to one side. Swipes in the air. Wishes like 3 feet the other direction, comes visible. Just clutching a platinum coin in his little paws.
Mora is grinning from ear to ear and says, "No, I take it back. I think I like you."
Alua kind of just like smacks her head a bit. She's like, you know, the Joker. She'll plaster a fake smile on her face. By the way, I didn't know this until just now, but I did ask the open lady person. She's quite cool, actually, about Davil and if there was a way to release them. Apparently, he's been released for a couple of days, so I'm pretty sure you might be off the hook of for maybe what's going on.
Istrid is listening, you think, but she's also like, as you've been speaking, grips her holy symbol, and just as wishes kind of turn visible, points a finger that way. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me, Alua, just for fun.
This is gonna be great.
Add 6 to the roll. And tell me what
Roll
you get.
d20 plus the 6. Nope, that didn't work.
You have to put a wait. Oh,
I did it. Yeah. 16.
okay. You wishes succeeds on the saving throw against the banishment spell. She sees this kind of shimmer around wishes for a moment and goes turns invisible again.
Okay, wait, hold on. She'll just go
Alright,
dig.
now, sorry, you said bullshit. You're telling me Davil was freed? He would have gotten a hold of me. Maybe not you. Probably you two, let's be honest, but definitely me. You're full of shit. Get your dragon, give me back my money, or there'll be interest.
That's fair. That is fair. I have a little wishes. I do have a little hoard for you in the room, so you can give this little non-substantial little platinum back to our friend here.
I've got a motherfucking hoard! Seconds later, the coin just like appears above Istrid, falls down, plonks her in the head. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking dragons. I'm gonna make them into stew. I'm just gonna make them into stew. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make them into stew. The nice big fucking ale. And she kind of like wanders like over to her belongings. For a moment,
Yeah.
she's muttering to herself.
Well,
Anyhow, yeah, that's bullshit.
That's what
I
the
don't
open
know.
lady said.
Seem pretty honest.
Well, then where is he?
I don't know. He's your boss.
Yeah, and I'm telling you that he hasn't been freed. Because he'd get a hold of us. We'd have heard something.
Well, is there anything that would have happened? Is there any other meeting place that?
Here's a question: Does he have a way to actually get a hold of you without being in person a spell or something, or did you deal with that sort of stuff?
No, I don't do that sort of nonsense. But let me check if Davil does real quick, you guys. He has magic. I just don't know what
He-
magic.
He
Exactly, he has prepared. Yeah, he's got that little spells, you know, that he can
Yeah.
talk to your mind. Sending spells and the like. And yet, here we are.
Right.
Do you think he's trying to lay low from someone else in the city?
yeah.
Maybe. If he was, he'd let me know.
I'm sorry, that's about all I've got. I'm still very out of it.
Is there anywhere else aside from the bar place, whatever, I can't remember the name at this point in time, that they would go to, that we can check out?
There's any number of fucking places that they might go. It's not like there's the only nice bed in the city is in the yawning fucking portal. But I'm telling you, if he was free, he'd let us know. Hell, he'd probably let you know.
Well,
Right.
obviously not. So if there was, and maybe if you don't know, that is not your fault, then something happened.
You two, you annoying girls, or you've got magic. Do either of you have that nonsense? She kind of like, waves her hand as if to indicate something.
Moore would raise an eyebrow. You're the cleric. It comes naturally to you. I have to learn it from a spell.
What do you mean it comes naturally to me? No, oh my fucking god, this woman doesn't know what faith is, what piety is. No,
Clerics get sending.
I know they do.
Whatever you pray, you get it. That's the point she was trying to make.
So, a god might choose to give some people some spells, and other people, not. She does not have the sending spell prepared. Certainly. And maybe she might not have it from her god. Which seems to be what she's suggesting.
Sorry, afraid that wasn't exactly on my list of priorities to learn.
That's fine. Just don't, the cleric bullshitted me. What about that friend of yours, the books? Where's he gone off to?
Yeah, speaking of, where is Morris right now?
Oh, where you want Morris to be?
Like he had been
You know what?
going to the library to let the people there know about the cult. And last I heard, he had been like, "Yeah, I'll be back in like an hour. We can go to the meeting." I guess he never showed up. So.
Know what? Fast forward across the city into the font of knowledge and the stacks devoted to the oh man, what are they called? The tomes that the glyph scribes keep. And Morris is just sitting there 2 hours into a lecture from the head priestess. You're saying, so run me back through this. There was a dragon, and you just thought, well, I'm the best equipped for this. What could go wrong? If only I had allies. That's what you were thinking?
No, what I was thinking is, oh god, they're all running
I didn't
towards the
ask you to speak. It's just like that, It's just it is like, I really need to go speak with you. Don't need to speak with anybody else.
No wonder he was going to let that guard just rant. I mean, look what he puts up with in his place of faith. So, I mean,
That guard had nothing. He could have done that for days with that guard. But this head priestess, it puts the fear of God and his mom in him. So.
Oh, the fear of mom. No, all right, we're good. Let's go.
Morris can arrive whenever you want to.
You get to meet your character. We get to torture you like the others. Yay!
However you want that to go.
Real quick, I think while they are having that conversation, the player me, after being hinted at from another cool person. Thanks, Kiara. I forgot. I still have frickin' sorcery points. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
use my sorcery points to get my level to use a third spell, level 3 spell for my sending.
Okay.
So I can send Mr. Davos Starsong a message. A message.
All right, Ford.
Mr. Davil Horndog.
Stop it. So I spoke with the open lady. She says she signed your release. Are you actually free? And where are you? Istrid is not happy.
That's perfect.
24.
That was like
Well done. Fairly quickly, Dabble's voice responds. The sending spell succeeds. No, I'm still here in a jail cell. Just waiting. A few days ago, they moved me to a different cell. Wee.
Does not sound like that, but okay.
He sounds incredibly exasperated.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
is
okay. Yeah.
going fucking insane.
Oh, poor guy. Yeah. All right, well, Alua then kind of like perks up weirdly. She says, no, he's still in jail cell, so we still have to like figure out how to get him out. So she lied, I guess.
Well, she's
Wait a
not
minute.
likely to lie. It means that she released him into the custody of somebody else. So who did she release him to? Maybe Savra will know.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna
Good
need
to
that info
investigate.
because there are nobles at the moment who could attempt to step and get in the way of certain things.
I think now
Yeah.
Morris finally walks back in the door. He just looks tired.
Oh, go to bed.
Hey, books.
Yes.
I just wanted to call you books because it's funny.
Well, that took much longer than I thought. How did the meeting with the open lady go?
Everybody looks to
Really,
Katep to
really
answer.
well. No, she's fantastic.
I don't like her. I don't like her at all.
I really do.
Damn it, Darby. You shut up. I'll loosen
She
the
seemed
back door. Just
okay.
wait.
I don't know I was at that meeting, but I was.
I'm sorry, it's hang on.
Also,
Or-
Morris, you're going to be a rich person.
I feel like I might need a bit of an explanation here.
Oh, a finder's fee for finding the hoard. So
I'm not going to lie. I'd kind of forgotten that was a thing in the city.
yeah, 10%. So we will
cool 10 G's, my man.
yeah, cool 10 G's.
Uh,
Oh, actually no, it's less than because we
yeah.
have 6 it was 6 people in the party.
Right, to
No,
be
no,
fair,
no.
Katep didn't really do much.
8.5? Oh, that's true.
No, or like nudges. No, yeah, we
I
got
mean,
like
it's
10
still
in total, so you get
8,333 apiece.
6%
You can split
of
with Katep
10,000,
then.
and the other 50,000 goes into the party fund.
Yeah.
The other 50,000? No, wait, what?
40,000. Yeah.
Figure all that
Anyway.
out. It's about not too long after that there is a knock on the door, and the formal voice of Sergeant Saith Cromley calls out, "City Watch, open up!" And we don't need to play through their inspection, their recovery of the bodies.
So wait, they don't bat an eye at Istrid?
Istrid's disguised. It's always disguised.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
As a torn or whatever it was called, whatever it was. Again, it's a pretty good disguise. Like Katep would have had to have it pointed out. Actually, she might have just talked to Katep like normal, not try to hide her voice or change her voice. But no, they come through, look around, ask questions, but there's enough eyewitnesses to pretty easily, know that you guys weren't in the house and that there were House Amcathra guards. They just take a look around. They don't pry too deeply, ask questions, get the accounts. I would imagine you guys don't lie. Like you would admit the
No.
stuff with the spooky shit. I would
Yeah.
imagine, and just kind of go to the base details. Say seems to be a formality. They're not treating you guys like criminals, just gathering information. And then they leave. Saith does remind you guys that you're not to leave the city, but otherwise, you're not under arrest or anything.
Quick question. That person, because now Lou is on a personal mission, would she probably like ask real quick, like, so we were told that a certain person was signed out of prison jail. Sent them a message. They said they're still there. Are you in charge of that? Someone to know?
Now, contacting prisoners in jail would be a crime, so I will assume that you simply meant that you contacted a friend. However,
We were told they were not in jail, and so I wanted to make sure they were all right. I was under the assumption that they were free from somebody reputable
I'm just
high
gonna
up
not
there.
listen to any of what you just said, just for your own benefit. Regardless, what?
Who's in charge of jail time?
Well, each ward has their own cells. There are prisons beneath the castle that hold many, but I mean, each courthouse has a jail attached to it, and there's several courthouses in each ward. And each courthouse is seen by a magister.
Some homework to do and a lot of walking, apparently. Thank you. No, thanks very much.
Who told you that they were out, though? Seems.
The lady herself. Goodbye.
I mean, You can't just. I get to leave when I. Anyways,
You're
sure.
done. Yes, I understand. I'm just goodbye.
That's weird. Anyways, good luck, I
No.
guess.
Damn it.
He's just kind of standing there awkwardly. This guy who.
She does this like goodbye out the door.
Moira's gonna
Right.
go like
I
under the
gotta
arm.
finish looking in the next room. Gotta think.
Moira's gonna look kind of like under the arm and be like, "I'm sorry. So you're telling me we spoke with the open lady herself. We were told
Sure.
Devil was released.
Okay.
That she signed the order to herself. He says he's not."
Well, one of them's probably wrong. But I'm a sergeant of this ward.
All right, hi, Katep.
Say it's always had a country.
I can't help it. All right, fine.
If you know where he's kept, you could inquire with the magistrates, but I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, when I asked, they wouldn't tell us. So investigating and a lot of walking. That's great. Thank you. Goodbye. I know you've concluded your investigation. Have a fantastic day.
Kind of leans in to talk to the more polite, more says
She's being very passive aggressively polite though.
Yeah, he's in the he knows. Says if the open lady said that she has the power to free anybody for any reason. Her word on that topic is supersedes any other ruling of a magistrate. You might want to investigate this more, though.
Why?
That's
I already
definitely
Let me
strange.
try that again. I already intended to.
All right. Well,
Don't worry about it.
if something's going on that you need a watchman for, give me a holler.
Even if it isn't in your territory?
I mean, I can at least help out as much as I can.
All right. I'll hold you to that.
What was his name again? What was his
I
name?
might not answer the holler, of course, but
Get out of my house. Get out.
Lazy grin.
Goodbye. Get
Sergeant
out.
Saith Cromley.
Thank you, our Sergeant Safe Gromley.
Y'all be
One like
safe.
nudges Alua. Stop it.
Get out of my house. Gritting her teeth. Get out.
These are some nice
Stop.
plants you have here, actually.
Actually, they are. Yeah, cultivated them myself. I love horticulture.
You know, actually, weird fact, plants are not doing good. Kind of now that things are kind of getting behind you, you kind of look around. Plants really aren't looking all that great. Thought maybe it was
Like they
just
need water and they need sunlight.
make a nature check. Just like a 10. What we're going for. No, I mean like they've been getting nothing's really changed, but if you didn't know better, they're just starting to die.
Great.
Wait a
Now
minute,
we're
what?
cursed.
You kind of look around and it's every plant in the house is just like dying. Like
There's a fairy dragon peeing on them.
kind of pause and think back, and it's been going on. There's just been so much going on the past few days. Hadn't really picked up on it. It's been a slow process for at least a
A
little
week.
bit.
A week?
Not that long.
No.
Not that long.
No. Oh, if you like
Maybe
4 days.
Maybe about a day. Maybe you're trying to think.
Oh, that's like super like right now.
Yeah, but like not like pre-fairy dragon.
Okay, so it would have been before the
Oh,
attack
no.
on the household.
Yeah, because we hadn't been here since then. Until we walked in with the fairy dragon.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
then I think
Oh wait, that's a good point.
Is this for the
Never mind.
ghost?
Sorry, never mind. I forgot that you guys hadn't been back before then. So yeah, it's just they're just kind of wilting away now.
Is this
Over
for the
these ever
ghost?
since you've come back from the vault, they've been slowly wilting away.
Alua kind of goes like, "Oh, sorry, go ahead."
I was gonna ask what Ginny was
Yeah, go.
asking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this true the ghost? I hope not.
The ghost of our uncle.
I
I think
mean,
Alua. I think what happened is like he says that Alua looks around and like, wait a minute. I know I watered these plants the other day, and there's enough sunlight. What's going on? Fuck, we're haunted. And she'll kind of like, stop, everybody. The plants are trying to talk to us. They are dying, and we have not been listening. What's going on?
Mora's gonna be like, you might want to go. I think she's lost her mind.
No, look at them. They're dying. I just watered them and everything. Why? Something's going on. I know I'm being aggressive because I'm not getting the answers and information that I want, and I feel betrayed for some stupid reason. But
Mora, voice whispers in your mind. Yes, that can happen.
So anyone who knows her, the sergeant doesn't, but anyone who knows her and has a decent passive
He's
perception, you see that's very don't fucking talk to my mind twitch that Mora does every time someone does. Just that twitch of fuck off.
Lua like.
All right. So apparently, old goalie back here kind of does this to plants.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Double check the DC.
I should stop poking the beast. Oh god.
What is it?
Courage.
14.
Yeah, you kind of saying goalie. There's just like a sharp stab of pain. Manners. You take a point of psychic damage.
You mean your rock is doing this?
Aye, apparently.
Why? And she'll look at the rock. Why? Why do you make plants die? Do you make everything die? Anything
I
living
mean,
in the plants? Why?
We did want to talk to him again anyway, did we not?
Is he throwing a tantrum? Why?
We have a talking rock.
Oh yeah, Katep!
Oh, yeah.
And then I pull out this like loaf of bread sized stone with 3 eyes on it.
Yeah.
No.
He left.
Mora would not pull that out in front of some rando fuck. No.
Just want to make sure.
It's smart.
I mean, we could always ask this thing about Skullport.
Why is it making the plants die? Is it slowly killing us
It-
too?
Allure, do you not know what an aboleth is?
Oh yeah. But it's a
No,
rock.
I don't.
Its soul is in it. What it is. Things are bound to have some effect. I'm actually afraid of what's going to happen whenever someone tries to take this thing away from me.
Well, like, I'm worried now. Yeah, like, why is it killing the plants? That's a good question. Is it
You're the
killing
one
us?
who found the book.
You
that
haven't. You
told
didn't
what it
say
was.
no. You didn't say no.
You're the one
Okay.
who knows what an aboleth is. You're the one who found the research on it, dude.
For me, the player, I don't know. What am I supposed to know here?
Make a nature or religion check, Mora.
Okay.
Could Morris give her advantage on this?
I'll let him make his own one.
Okay.
Maybe this kind of
Shit. They're both equally bad,
the
so.
discussion about the aboleth causing this. Seems
Yep.
like a 15,
Yep.
maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have
Might
a
be the
plus
aboleth
8.
right now.
And I have a plus 5, and we both rolled the same fucking number.
Yep.
Magic. Magical.
All I remember is an aboleth is an aberration. They're not exactly normal.
Normal where we come from, says.
I didn't. Yeah. Hi, and I didn't mean it as an insult.
All right, Morris. You want to have some fun?
I'm a bit worried, but go on.
I need somebody to pour through books to find information on an
Oh,
aboleth.
thank God. This is something I can do.
Yeah, we need you to research into Goat Lore now.
No one's
Thank
been
you,
happier
buddy.
to be inside of a library.
Right? He's like, I fought a dragon. I'm an adventurer. I'm going back to my library.
This is where the real work gets done.
Yeah. Since I'm losing my actual research buddy. Anyway.
Yeah.
Did you guys want to ask anything of the Stone of
I
Gold?
was still waiting to see if anyone had any opinion on it.
So, what are some of the things that are important? Because I know there's only a certain number of questions we can ask.
Also, before that, Mora, you said something about the stone might kill you. Maybe you should not attune to it
Mm,
for very long.
No, I'm fairly certain that's not what I said.
Uh,
I said I'm afraid of what's going to happen when someone takes it away from me.
So,
right.
So I'm going to keep my stone. Thank you.
yeah, Orin's gonna mentally connect to Katep, right? And be like, I think, and well, yeah, I can talk to Katep and Chamista. I think what's going on with Mora and the stone is like what Alua and her lantern.
Saying something
I'll say,
different. I was like, she's got a
funny you
crush on the
say that.
stone.
Funny you say that because when you say that, Moore is going to. I had the thought before you said it was going to look at Alua and say, "You know what? I'll give you the stone when I can have your lantern."
She gets like horrified. Picks up her lantern. She goes. She like hugs it and like steps away.
Moore
Several
doesn't quite
feet.
do all that. She puts it back in her backpack and relaxes, but
Well, it doesn't talk to me. It shows me light and shows me things that are hidden. Yours is just in your head, giving you really strange information that not many people know, and you're
yeah,
falling
and
in
I
love
often
with
get
it.
the same thing from your voice in my head, giving me information I don't need to know.
I have not since you've told me not to do it.
Very true.
Don't
All
even
right.
bring my lantern into this. It doesn't have eyes.
In the background, Katep just kind of leans off to the side to Orin, like, does Lula have a boyfriend or something? Was that a gift? Like, what's going on? She's acting really weird.
Weirder.
Fair. Mora, as you're kind of having this conversation, though, your attention is split as Golor's voice comes back with a bit of a growl to it. Let's get something straight. Miss Navamora Runebuckle, I'm not your rock. I as
All
much
right.
picked you as you picked me. Bit disappointed that you'd send this scribe off to do research. After all, that's why you have me. And I do love a library. Maybe I should follow him around instead.
Yeah. Oh no.
There's like a bit of there's an edge to this.
No, yeah.
A warning.
Mora's not going to say anything out loud, but she will try to think back, so I guess she'll know if this works or not. No, I intend to do my own research. I'm not trying to be rude.
We'll see. We'll see. Golor kind of.
Very slow nod at that, then put her back in the backpack, like, all right, then when we can decide the questions we want to ask, we don't get two questions, we get to bring up two separate things. And he gives us the information he can on them.
Stockholm syndrome, right, Ellie?
Shh, Ellie, shh. You're not the only one allowed to be cursed over here.
Anything
No,
else?
it's great.
There are no other planned events for the night. Is there anything the group wants to discuss or handle? Well, imagine that eager. Some people will be eager for a long rest. Katep probably on the verge of passing out at this point.
He's probably half asleep on the couch while most of this conversation is happening.
You know what? On that point too, though, kind of dozing out, Azure Edge kind of at your side still or nearby. Katep, you hear a calm, soft voice kind of creep into your mind. Rough day, huh?
Boy, was it. Also, hello?
Hello, my name's Azure Edge.
Katep, nice to meet you.
You can think it. Just use your very, very inside voice, or they'll start thinking you're strange.
I mean, have you seen the group I'm with? I think we're all a little strange.
Little strange is good. I like that you were born in Waterdeep, you know? Special city. Special to me, certainly.
Got a lot of really fond memories here. It's nice to be back.
It's nice to be back. Your home's here, but I don't think your heart is. Is it, Mr.
Ooh.
Olsem?
I mean,
It's a loaded question.
that's a complicated one, but there are definitely people I care about. Farther south.
On the wind, so to speak.
That's a good way of putting it, yeah.
I like you, Mr. Olsem. I don't really want to go south, though.
So, forgive me, I don't know what proper manners are. I've never spoken with a weapon before. Don't mean to come off rude. Big fan, by the way. Like, I'm babbling. So I respect that. You want to protect your home, but what do you need? What do you want? Is there someone I should go find, or
Want's a weird word for an axe. Maybe one day, Mr. Olsem. Once you figured out where your heart is. When you're ready to build a house, so to speak. Vajra Safar is the Blackstaff, I know that. My last wielder trusted her above all others before he was taken away.
my condolences,
Maybe,
by the way.
well, I mean, in the end, I'm an axe. Emotions are weird too. But this is what I signed up for. Maybe just give me to her for safekeeping. Who knows? Maybe when another year, you'll be ready to accept the burden I'd place on you.
I mean, if that's what you'd like, I know we're gonna need to go speak with the Blackstaff at some point, anyways. So
That's convenient. I hope you find what you're looking for.
I do too, and I don't know how everything works for you being an axe, but I hope things work out for you as well.
I mean,
Is that weird to say? Like,
it's a little bit weird to say. I've been quote unquote dead for a very long time. What I
but
want is the city to continue. The people in it to be safe.
well, that's something I can respect.
You should probably get to sleep.
I'm not gonna lie, it feels like I'm half unconscious already, so I'm really sorry if I said something stupid.
You're one good shove, one good bonk of your head away from just going and talking to Kellamfor. You should really sleep.
Amazing.
Guys are crazy. That's funny, Gorby. All right, yeah. Azure Edge was looking for something a little bit different than this party can offer right now. Is asking to stay in Waterdeep. Keep looking for the right wielder. Anything else the party wants to handle?
You know who is in Waterdeep? Floon Blagmar.
the man, the myth, the legend.
The new legendary hero of Waterdeep. From Maloon to Floon.
We could
Speaking-
offer to
Cool, the Maloon. Floon.
Wait, what were you saying, Ellie?
We can also give it to Kateb's girlfriend. Make a good-
Thanks for bringing me back from the dead. Here's a legendary talking ass.
Your problem now, not mine.
I
That's
think just
Katep's
in passing,
to admit his feelings.
You're supposed to
I
bring
think-
roses, not Azured.
I feel like
He knows
Sabra
his
would-
audience.
Yeah. Anyways, what, Rara?
I want to ask you a question.
Wait, hold up. Let Rara had something to contribute.
I was just gonna say at some point, no, he's passed out. Never mind. It can wait till tomorrow. Fucking Katep. Wanna know why you have that
Lua.
fucking focus?
Lua, you said you're giving Wishes a little treasure pile?
Like his own little piggy bank.
Sorry, my headphones like died in the middle. I had to charge it. Yeah, his own little treasure pile. He gets a good 10 gold, all in copper, like 10 worth of gold, all in copper. Maybe she'll throw in a couple of like silver and gold pieces and stuff, but at the moment, that's what she had in order to be like, okay, there's something there until she can get him like true hoard.
Persuasion check, DC 13. To convince him that that's a good enough hoard. Trying to pass copper off onto a dragon.
10 gold.
No, just a
100
start.
gold at least.
He has to earn the hoard and do chores, and he gets an
Okay,
allowance.
sorry. DC 20. Persuasion check.
Double the
We'll
DC,
talk about it.
Yeah, he's I think over time. Do you have more gold on you?
Yeah.
I think over time you're gonna start seeing his treasure pile get a little bit bigger, a little bit quicker than you might expect. But he's he's cool with it.
Yeah.
In the end.
Yeah.
Lifts it all up into a big pile and sits down right in the middle of it. Wiggles a bit.
Oh my god, I'm so cute. I love him so much. I just want to give him squeezes and squishes. My favorite. And, he
Anything
also gets
else?
like he gets his own little loft area, and there's gonna be a hammock, and there's like enough space in that little loft for him to do whatever he wants. A little home decor. He gets a little curtain and everything like that. Super bedazzled. Like it's lit. It's lit. It like inside probably looks like a powder room or something like that. Something super frou-frou.
Sure.
Okay. Are we going right into a long rest, or we have to go see Savra first?
Sever does not contact you guys today.
Longest time
All
or
right.
not?
Yeah. Whatever I was gonna say couldn't have been important. I forgot already.
Sorry.
Yeah, we'll go ahead if
I
there's
think-
nothing else. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say Orin will crash out on like the couch and stuff.
Okay. Everybody then can complete a long rest as we kind of fast forward to the next day. It's been a long day. If you guys fought a fucking dragon and won,
Yeah.
had to deal with some legal hassles, etc., etc. However, before dawn comes, we zoom into Alua's room, where she is sleeping with a lamp on her bedside. Do you cover the lamp when you sleep, Alua?
It's
In
probably.
a
I don't think it would be
Lilitude,
covered. I don't think it'd be covered. I think it'd be like kind of like when you've seen those movies, or like the teddy bear like this.
that close.
I mean, maybe not that close, but like because it's weird. Like it's gonna scratch her face and stuff. So it'd probably be like on the bed, not next to the bed, but close where she's like can touch it.
Okay. The
Mora's not that obsessed, guys.
the night is still
Not
there,
yet.
though. Like the very traces of dawn begin to kind of like peek through on the horizon, Lou, as you wake up with a start, just suddenly wide awake, breathing heavily, kind of look over, and the light in that lantern is flickering fitfully, and you kind of realize it's flickering, and your heart is flickering. And there's just this panic, this dread filling you as you watch this light kind of like trying to stay lit. What do you do?
When she, sorry, this is a while ago, when she first picked up the lantern
When you first
and
attune to it,
and to tune to it,
ignited.
yeah, it lighted.
There's like a metal spike, like where a wick would be, and the light kind of lights up on top of that spike. This blood red, crimson, actually brighter than blood. This crimson flame.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, she'll like kind of like get worried, look, kind of make sure that maybe it's not getting enough air. She'll open it a little bit, not quickly, just kind of really gently look into it and see.
It's everything you can do just to lift your arms to it. You feel horribly weak. It is a struggle to make any motion, but you are able to reach out and touch it.
Okay, so she's able to touch it. Is she able to open the latch, or is it exposed?
There's no latches. It's just glass pane, no entryway. You will the glass panes to dim or to be open, and the light is always on. You're just willing the light to the glass to fade or not.
Okay. I'll try and talk to it first, just in case it's like another stone thing.
What do you say?
What do you need? How can I save you?
It's no response. The kind of the flickering light kind of continues, and you just kind of feel that that irregular beating of your heart matching the flickering of the flames, and its breathing's hard.
All right.
Kind of losing a bit of sense of where you are.
So does she have the understanding that it sounds like she has understanding that her heartbeat and this flame is the same, and if it goes out, her heartbeat would go out too. Could she
That is your immediate pain, like fear.
Okay. So then is there a like will of calming down, not to the point of like passing out or anything like that, but more of like a meditative state that she can go into to control?
Make a wisdom saving throw. The DC is 20.
Ready for this magic thing to happen. What, wisdom?
Wisdom. Or charisma.
Charisma would have been better.
Would have been a 20.
Yeah, of course. I'm just curious.
You can re-roll it. I said it before it rolled.
Ooh.
There you go. Kind of trying to gather yourself. You take a few breaths, and it is a struggle. You are feeling weak, like your body's not getting enough blood, as your heartbeat is failing you. But you're able to calm down just a little bit and think. I mean, there's something. Yes, if you are just filled with the knowledge that if this flame goes out, then you die.
Mm.
What do you do? This
So I need
crimson
blood.
flame is just dancing in your eyes.
Flame might need. So if I think of like a body, she thinks how the body works. It needs oxygen. There's oxygen. There's air. Does it need blood? She'll like try to prick her finger on something, maybe like a sharp edge, and like not put it on the flame because that'd be kind of stupid.
Yeah, I'm so sorry too. There is a latch to this lantern. I just realized you can't
Oh, there is.
access the
Okay.
with the spike if you wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah. So she would have opened it. And the spike is the flame,
The
or the
spike
spike.
is underneath. It's like the the wick of a candle, and the flame is like dancing above the spike.
Okay.
So it's like slender needle-like spike of iron.
She'll try and prick her finger on it.
Okay.
Not to like smother the flame. Nothing like that.
Okay. Trying to be gentle. Go ahead and make another charisma saving. You prick the spike and you begin to feel something. We'll see if you can resist the sensation or not. Another 20.
Ooh.
You
Pretty
there's
close.
this- like the DC was 20. Yeah. So as you prick your finger onto it, there's this just immense hunger that fills you, and you're able to realize that this is the lantern's hunger, and you like there's this impulse to just drive your finger down onto the spike. You're able to resist it, but the flame is still flickering. You can feel the lantern's hunger.
Blood for magic for.
And, like it's still there. Like you're having to control yourself from just like gorging your finger down on this spike.
Sounds destructive. So what is happening to the blood? Is it being like
Dripping.
absorbed? It's just so it's nothing. So
I mean,
then she'll.
you only tried to put a little bit on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the carefulness. I mean, it's kind of like pooling among the spike right now. Like it was just a few drops though. You're able to resist. Just like there was the impulse to just drive your finger like full on across it.
Gotcha.
Seemed to be what the lantern wanted you to do, or was trying to
Okay.
compel you.
Gotcha.
That would hurt.
So
That would hurt.
yeah, I'm sure. Okay, so then she understands that it wants blood. It wants her blood in order because it's hungry for blood
Something like
or
that
something.
for sure. What do you do? You're still feeling it. Like the flickering is getting more rapid, coming to a head. If you don't do something soon, something terrible will happen.
Trying to think what she could think of aside from just giving it blood, which, well, she does. Well, if it wants blood, she likes this thing. So then what she'll do is, since it needs blood, she'll just take the sword that she has and like cut her finger for like an open, ready like wound, but it's clean. And then
Okay.
she'll give it like dripping, like pouring out.
Okay. You sacrifice a hit dice. You recover in your long rest, and the flame stabilizes.
Cool.
If you don't give this lantern a hit dice every 24 hours, you will die.
All right. So then she just makes that a ritual. Okay, sacrifice a hit die. So it's 4.
Yeah, you say that all calm and normal. Wait till Mora sees it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Like she's gonna let anyone look at her beautiful lantern. Right. Right. Yeah. So she'll just make it a ritual every morning to what you guys might pick up on. Well, no, I'm not gonna say anything. No. She's like, it's okay, my precious.
Anyway.
I won't let you die.
You
You'll
have
survive. Be with
a
me forever.
scar across your hand that is bleeding, even in the aftermath of the flame stabilized. The wound's still there.
She'll put it in her mouth.
So for this, it would have had to have been a somewhat significant, like a pretty
Yeah.
bad gash, like
Yeah.
to where you'd have to. I mean, you're working on getting all your medicine stuff. You know how to wrap a wound at least. You know when you're careful. Do you just wrap it up or something, or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, she would do all her medical training, and she would clean it. She would like stitch it up because like eventually it's gonna need to be stitched. after being slashed so many times, and then wrap it. And I think she would probably do like different fingers or different part of her hand or something like that. So, and eventually find like a sweet spot where when she wraps, no one else can see it.
Sure. Tomorrow they'll probably be able to see that you have a
Yeah.
fresh cut. You're bandaged.
Yeah.
So we can fast forward to the morning. If we'd like, as the group begins to gather back in their manor. Otherwise, the short rest proceeds without issue.
I mean, at some point, Katep probably just going around getting everyone's version of what happened in like, all right, so you went to a crypt. Now, Alua said there were 18 Durgar, they were all glowing like disco balls and shooting lasers from their hands. So what actually happened?
Well, you come
Y'all
to
better
Murder,
agree
she
with
didn't
me.
lie.
Exactly what happened.
when you come to do that with Mora, she'll be like, "All right, I'll answer your question as soon as you tell me. Why do you have an arcane focus?"
Oh, that. Someone I met down in Kalimshan tried teaching me a couple of basic spells. I wasn't a very good student, I'll admit. I can, the lights and the little trick I can do with lightning. A couple basic things that are useful for someone who's, better with a sword than sorcery.
Don't suppose you'd be willing to part with it.
It's a bit of a...
All right, you're gonna get to explain that reaction.
Okay, look, it was a gift and it has a bit of a sentimental value to it.
And you're actually flustered. All right.
Katep just looks around. Is there any sign of either Alua or Wishes in the proximity?
I'm assuming you're in my room because Mora would be spending the next couple of days in her room prepping to start copying spell books. Like she's about to get a large sum of gold.
Roll a d10. Katep.
7.
Nope. Nobody to save you.
I mean, that wasn't why he was looking around, but good to know.
He doesn't want Lua or Wishes to hear this. The actual girlfriend.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
So, what was Mora's exact words? I already forgot.
You have to explain that reaction because you were stammering and stuttering, like, I mean, and she's like, yeah, all right, explain that.
All right, okay, look. Yes, I was involved with someone down in Kalimshan that I did not give details to Alua or Orin. This might have been from her. So I'd like to hang on to it.
All right. I won't bring it up again. Besides, you wouldn't want your girlfriend to get mad.
He's just Captain Picard, like, massaging his forehead. Like,
no, but Mora gives you that understanding grin, like, all right, I get it. Don't bring it up in front of Alua.
Thank you.
All right, and then you would get the full-on, like, everything, including what was waiting outside your room. Like, Mora's got a decent intelligence, a decent memory. You would get the full retailing of it and be like, apparently whatever you're looking for is giving us hell and we're going to have to deal with it at some point. And I will tell you right now, and then she'll pull the key out. I think they were looking for this because my room was tossed.
Well, that's much worse than I thought it was. And I already thought it was pretty bad given the dead noble. Oh boy.
So if your friends know anything about this, you might want to let them know the importance of letting us know now, given...
I also feel like I should probably check in because I went and got myself killed. Not sure what's been happening from their perspective. Probably not good.
Mora's just going to look at him and go, let me put it to you this way. Until you're able to naturally resist my whole person, you're not leaving here to go talk to them, all right?
I understand the threat when I hear one. Good day, ma'am. I'm going back to my room.
Like when you're better and you're not negative, sure, go do whatever you got to do. But until then, keep your ass in the house. Yeah, other than that, Mora's prepping for her income to come in so she can go and get magical paper and ink. Like she's gonna be locked in her room for like weeks.
Outside of the summon from the Blackstaff, imagine that comes in the early morning of the following day. Chamista would hear the Blackstaff's voice in his head, calling for them to return to the tower to report in.
Yep, he would
To
do the rounds and round everyone up, just pass on the message. Duty calls. That means the Blackstaff messaged, and we need to go.
Yeah, we're going.
Morris is given a similar instruction to return. Is there anything you guys want to hide from the Blackstaff, or try to misdirect her with? Or would this just be a very
Again, the only thing Mora wants to hide is that she has a key and they're looking for it. Other than that, she'd even bring up the cult, the symbol, all of that. She just doesn't want them to know she's got a key and that they tossed her room. That's it.
Okay.
Other than that, absolutely every little thing.
Yeah, I feel like Katep would be pretty honest about what he was
Doesn't
actually
know.
there
Yeah.
there to be a part of, but
Anything from the other three of you? All sound good? Just kind of going by the books.
Yep.
She's thankful, very much thankful, and congratulate you all on the job. Very well done. Observing that you guys certainly exceeded her expectations and have thoroughly impressed her. She'll pass along that she feels that she owes a debt, but is happy that you guys were able to, that you didn't back down from the reward that you guys deserved with the gold. The topic does come up, though, that the items she lent you were on loan. Kind of says this by way of, well, I tasked you with recovering the Vault of Glass. Vault of Glass.
Glass.
Yeah.
Hi, Glass.
hey, it's me.
Where Atheon himself handles the course of time. No, this isn't Destiny. This is D&D. The Vault of Dragons lent you some items from the vaults of Blackstaff Tower to accomplish that. You've done this, and I suppose it's time to return those items.
I think Mora would just nod her head and take off the necklace and hand it out.
Yep. Chamista returns the crossbow.
The javelin.
Katep puts the shield down, and then he's like, by the way, I think Azure Edge talked to me last night and said she wanted to be handed back over to you until they could find a worthy wielder or something along those lines. Here you go, ma'am.
A shadow of something passes across the Blackstaff's face, some dark look that's not immediately easily scrutable. If anybody wanted to insight
Yeah, I
her.
want to
Yes,
insight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
I
is
want a hard
Absolutely.
mind check on
drama.
that.
I'm gonna give both characters to check that one out. Let's go.
No advantage on this for.
Yeah, of course.
Damn, Morris. Put me to shame.
Attaboy, Katep. Attaboy.
Classic.
Stay in character, my man. You can do it.
So more and more SDMs are able to kind of piece things together that you can recall easily enough that Maloon was Vajra's friend, and probably not the best message to be given that you're all right. Wait, what?
It's the first time you've ever said that.
Get over it.
It was
Um,
hilarious.
the that's it's a hard thing for her to accept the axe, the
Right.
legendary weapon of her friend that was spent some amount of time possessed by an evil creature. And this is what she's returning to, on top of everything else. It's the look of somebody who wants to mourn but can't. I would say more if you're able to kind of piece that together. That this is a woman who is taking too many responsibilities and isn't entirely sure how to handle them. But she puts on a stony exterior, gives a nod of thanks. I'll speak to the axe later. Certainly can credit you all not trying to do anything untowards in the face of such magic. Azor-Edge is a relic of this city, a bane against aberrations and undead, infused with a little bit of the warrior spirit that fills it, and the mage that was Lord Agaria himself. Well, what now, heroes of the Argent Oak? You still want to serve this city in the capacity that you agreed to? Or is, now that you found your fame and fortune, do you plan on sitting on that?
We're gonna take a couple of days to rest at the very least. After that, we'll see what comes our way.
Alright, well, can I, to be more pointed, can I still expect to rely on you all as gray hands?
I think so. We are on orders from the Open Lady herself to not leave the city. But
I'd heard as much. The disaster with House M. Catherine. Explaining it.
yes, and until that is resolved,
Troubling. I expect that in the next weeks, the Xanathar and even the rogues and Tarim forces will stay hidden in their holes like whip dogs, but we can root them out. I'll have my agent, the ones that specialize in discovery more so than battery, to investigate, put together leads. For now, enjoy some well-earned time off. This is a city that it is very enjoyable to be rich in. Enjoy yourselves. Not too much. Make sure you go outside at least a few hours a day, Miss Runebuckle.
I make absolutely no promises. Maybe to and from the library. Does that count?
No,
Might be the closest I
but
get some days.
you are your own woman. Congratulations. Pulled off quite the little dragon heist here. Stealing the gold from beneath a beholder, 2 criminal organizations, and the gods only know who else was interested in claiming the vault. You've done your city proud, heroes of the Argent Oak. The 2 of you have done your father proud. Look into the twins.
I think what you guys may notice is that Alu is putting on a little bit of a show with that owl cloak, the owl feather cloak, where she doesn't really want to take it off for other reasons, but it's coming off as if she just really likes it. She's just like slowly like like
Can't I just keep this one? You got the other 4 back.
basically
Technically 5
Basically.
because Morris put a ring on the counter and like slid it towards her as well.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So that's happening. And then she'll kind of like, and then use that as an excuse when she says criminal organization. She's like, also, she'll like really put out there. The open lady said that she had signed the release forms for Devil Star Song. And so, just as a true friend, I messaged him making sure he was indeed all right, since it has been a couple of days.
Naturally.
Naturally. Turns out he says he's still in jail. Questionable.
That's odd.
So-
I wouldn't expect Lariel Silverhand to lie about that. Just a moment. She kind of begins to trace some arcane patterns, sending spell of her own.
She Lua does that, and
Removing.
she's like, what's that?
Just a second.
What's that guy from Goldfinger, the big guy,
Dr. Evil.
Dr. Evil, with her lantern?
That looks. You're next to an archmage. That looks so suspicious.
She's kind of, her eyes kind of lose focus for a moment. She says, "The Open Lord
Lady?
reaffirms that her title is technically still Open Lord, but many refer to her as Lady. I'll use her most formal title when discussing Lariel Silverhand in
They
official
really
capacity."
What's wrong
don't
with
get
having?
along.
And they're like, she has boobs, and I think she identifies as a female. Therefore, I don't see why she couldn't be called the Open Lady. It sounds actually wrong. Never mind. Open Lord.
The Open Lord reaffirms that she herself signed the writ of release for Davos Star Song, only incarcerated the Doom Raiders 4 days ago, to be passed on to Magistrate Brian Justman.
Can I get that typed out, please?
To do.
And she's kind of she says she will add it to her list of things to investigate, but I can tell you that Magistrate Justman oversees a courthouse not far from the palace, there in the castle ward.
Oh no. I see Ellie typing. I hope you know what you've done to yourself.
So it might be worth following up on that and unraveling the misunderstanding.
I think it'd be faster if we did it ourselves.
Don't forget what you've got in your pocket, Mr. Chimista. If you
Oh,
need
yeah.
to use it.
The coin.
The
Pin,
badge.
The badge.
Oh, right. I'd totally forgotten about that.
Yeah, you're gonna need to pass that on there, bud.
He might even just
Oh,
like
yeah, that's
flick it to Alua right now.
Well, the lantern or the coin, the badge is gonna drop. The lantern's not going anywhere.
He's just kind of like,
I wasn't ready, okay? She'll go
Yeah,
and pick it up.
yeah, Alua, why don't I try doing most of the talking so it doesn't come off as threats?
What are you talking about? I am the most non-threatening thing here.
I have known you for my entire life.
That's fair. She'll shrug off the outlet and just like, again, very keep her arms close to her body as she like puts down the cloak on a chair or something. I don't know. Table.
Sure.
Cool.
Plenty of little bits of furniture around. Well, I'll let you get back to your relaxation and recovery. Let you plan out how to spend all the money. Oh, the official report did mention the body of a dragon down in the vault.
Yeah.
We forgot to bring that up.
Yeah, red dragon, we killed it.
Right. Well, the city sent down a number of naturalists capable of carving up a dragon. I would
Oh, you
imagine
did pretty things.
it might be wise to post your claim to it.
We should each get purses.
Sure.
Or Morg
If
could
you're
get fire
going,
resistant armor.
if you're going to speak such blasphemy,
It's
you
a
will not do
lizard.
it. You will not do it in my house.
Shoes? Boots?
I have things to attend to.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll. I think we'll find a better use for the spoils. I hope.
It's your decision.
I'm completely joking about the purse and the boots. Of course, we're going to turn it into armor. I'm not a stupid.
Well, I mean, it's not that far
Us
off
stupid.
from you.
But dragon armor is completely different.
Please.
That's true. Anyways, we'll get it.
This is as we're
Oh, we're
Yeah.
we're going. Yeah.
Yeah, Chimisa's like pushing Lou out the door.
Is this just the
Good idea,
conversation
you don't
she
have to
hears
push her,
echoing
she's
up
like-
the stairs?
I guess so. Yeah.
Down the stairs. We're going down the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh, Lou is
Okay.
sneaking up.
Oh,
I'm about to say, yeah, until Alua
Nope,
thinks about the
nope.
books on her desk again, and then she's suddenly back in the office, and we're all downstairs.
Katap.
No, she has to kill this one
Wait,
person. Oh no,
me?
she has to question this
Yeah.
one person named Justman. So she's on a mission.
Katap, make a intelligence check.
Oh.
DC5.
Oh no. Well, thankfully, my penalty has
He's
gone
supposed to
down
make a
one.
roll. That's all this is. Because he knows he'll never see lower numbers.
So curious.
Oh, hey!
Hey!
Okay.
Katap, you have the fleeting thought of, man, is this the conversation she's gonna hear coming up the stairs? Nope, downstairs. Staying down. Going down the stairs. Keep your focus directed forwards.
Or somehow end up in her bathroom, then you gotta explain that to both your girlfriends.
You never know what sort of like astrology setup she's got up there at the very top.
You never know what sort of runes of wording will explode if I will myself into the wrong room.
Who knows?
Anyway.
Anyways, so as you guys come to an end of the official dragon heist, the party is awarded 50,000 gold dragons that you guys can split up as you see fit. In the coming days and weeks, you can figure out how you guys want to put that gold to use. See if any of those vultures the open lady warned you about come calling.
Oh, I know one's gonna show right up to my doorstep. So hey, cuz, I'm just a little short this month.
See?
Fuck.
A couple days ago,
Well,
you're short on blood
how
in my
much?
bedroom.
How big of a
Ooh.
donation would we have to make to get our nimble right repaired and turned into a butler? Like, what's the guy's name?
Ooh,
No,
jeez.
Flagmar? No.
No, but I will say, are we splitting it an even 10,000 apiece, and you're just picking one person to give yours to, or how are we doing this?
From a player perspective, Morris was actually there in the actual like dragon fight and stuff. It
Right,
would make
right.
more sense for him to get either a share or a bigger cut, however we end up working that out.
Or, and hear me out,
We can discuss this off screen. I'm sure.
Offline.
Figure it
Okay.
out. For now, you've completed the dragon heist, you guys.
We did
We're
Successfully.
gonna
it!
go.
Got a few loose ends to tie up. A few criminal loose ends to tie up. A few things to discover. But that's more or less the end of the module.
From here on out, we're just driving Alex crazy.
Y'all got fucking money now. Y'all got spending cash. You guys can think of what you guys want to do with it.
Well, now I got to get an arcane focus. Katep won't give me his.
I think we should invest in new people. No, I'm kidding.
There's this new fad. It's called Arcana currency. I'm hearing really good things about Rune Coin.
Oh my god.
All right, you guys. I've missed y'all.
Ah,
It's fun. We'll go ahead and
Same.
sign off,
All
though, I
right.
think, before we dive into any new holes.
or
that we-
Are
shenanigans.
we on next
Shenanigans.
week?
I hope so. Are we? We are not expecting you next week, though, are we?
I am absent next week, unfortunately. I'll be out of town, but that may be a good option to
Figure.
Alex to explain Chamista's
No.
We'll see. We'll see.
You can't
All
leave
right.
before I ask
Ahead
you a
of us
question.
right
Well,
now.
no, actually, I guess
murder
he's looking for
mystery.
me. Never mind.
but
I was just sitting there thinking that Mora wanted to ask Chamista a couple of things before he pounced, but I technically don't know you're leaving yet, so I didn't know when to bring it up.
we can resolve
You
that, and we don't. It doesn't have to
Okay.
be an abrupt leaving. It can just be a.
No, it can be
I don't know how
a
rapidly we're
situation
thinking
where-
of it terminating, but
Yeah, I think the group wants to poke around the Xanathar a little bit.
A little bit.
I think Chamista might want to be around for that.
yep.
But we'll figure it out. That's D&D. Sometimes people aren't around, and you just have to deal with it. But we will
Meh.
tackle that hurdle next week.
Alrighty.
All right.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Good to be back. Good
Later.
night, everybody.